other delegates. Since morning we are having presentations on packaging, mostly recycled fiber and the other sources. My presentation is a different scenario here. We are focusing on the agro-residual fiber and rice straw that for making various kind of packaging. And rice straw, as we know, the topic is optimizing rice straw for sustainable packaging material like molded products, paper and board production. It's not a very new topic, and for a long time, currently also we know that we are a fiber deficit country, and wood, basic raw material for making virgin pulp, we are importing or we are having shortage and very high price also. So overall productivity of a process that depends on the raw material cost, and since for the conventional use we are using the fiber, so for alternate, the other applications, there is only one source of fiber, that is recycled fiber, and here we are focusing on the agro-residual, which is not conventionally being used like bagasse and wheat straw. We have plenty of this fiber and we can use it. So rice straw, as such, nothing new thing. In the past also we were using rice straw, and number of things associated with the drawbacks also and the good things also with the rice straw, where we can use it for various type of packaging, where we do not aim for a very high strength or very high demands of the product. And if we consider the demand of the packaging material is very fastly growing sector, and there is as a source of alternate fiber, if we consider rice straw, there is roughly 160 million tons of the rice straw production. Each ton of the rice straw produces 1.5 tons of the straw, and there is no plant sector where we can use this fiber, and one hand we are having shortage of the fiber, and another hand we are having the surplus of rice straw, which is normally being used for mushroom growing or for composting or some biomethanation, those use. But this sector, packaging sector, has a huge prospects to utilize the different board, either board or molded product or paper, also kraft paper. While considering the rice straw, if we see the overall India, we have highest production in Bengal or West Bengal and Punjab, and the different states they have production of rice straw in different quantities, and so availability is not a question here, and challenges are there that among the various crops cultivated, it contributes to, rice straw contributes 50% of the agro-residual raw material, and since it is not being used in a systematic manner, so there is a burning issue there, and we all know that the surrounding areas of Punjab and Delhi, where we have the incineration of rice straw and the smog that is generated because of the burning, and greenhouse gases that is generated, and that results ultimately the very huge environmental pollution, air pollution, and affect directly on the health of the natives there. And if you consider the advantages of rice straw, both there are negatives also and positives also. So the positive side of, if you consider, it's a renewable, and it's a very if we go for a non-conventional route of making pulp out of rice straw, then we do not require the chemical recovery system. That is the focus area where I'm going to discuss there, and we can use for making pulp cheaper chemicals also, like lime also can be used for making CTMP, chemi-thermomechanical or semi-chemical pulp, and small mills can also go for, because of the constraint of a chemical recovery is not there, and equipments are similar. On the major equipment is the either beater or refiner. Refiner is considered price for converting to pulp, and the energy consumption is also low. So open structure raw material, and it can be converted into pulp in a very simple manner. So if we go for the challenges, in a conventional chemical pulping, if we consider the rice straw, there is a two major problems. One is the silica content that actually creates problem in chemical recovery operation, and second is the fibrous, very fragile nature of the rhizostom, which is because of the parenchymatous cells, and parenchymatous cells are non-cellulosic components of the rhizostom, which actually creates the fines. And those fines, if they are in the pulp blend, it creates a drainage problem, energy demand is high, and product quality. All three things are affected. So, in one hand, rhizostom has a silica, that is the major negative, and another is the parenchymatous cells, and because of that, that is another issues related to that, which actually creates problem in conventional utilization of rhizostom like bagasse and wheat straw. So, we can, the simple no for going for chemical pulping of rhizostom, that is not advisable at all. And then what other options are there? Since the segment of packaging is divided in number of products range, and where we have a different kind of requirement of the pulp, so potential solution can be there are two routes. One is semi-chemical pulping, another is the chemi-thermomechanical pulping. The process conditions are different. Somewhere the dosing also same, chemical dosing. But if we go for a higher temperature, the extraction of lignin out of the raw material and rhizostom is there, and then it makes up the liquor. In the case of chemi-thermomechanical, we retain with the lignin and it does not extract it out. But in semi-chemical, if we go for higher concentration of alkali, then it extracts it out, and then that is difficult to handle the effluent flow. So, but in chemical pulping route, we can have a pulp of yield range into 60 to 70%. And if we go for fiber fractionation, aiming to better yield strength properties, we can have a fiber fractionation method, and we can fractionate the pulp fiber into useful fiber and fines. And that way we can have longer fiber, better fiber for better strength properties of packaging material. We can think for the craft paper out of rhizostom after blending with some longer fiber. And so another is the CTMP pulping route that involves the very mild chemicals like lime also we can use, urea also can be used, and 1 to 2% of soda also can be used. Very mild condition of pre-treatment is there, so all lignin retained with the fiber, it does not come out, and temperature is also atmospheric, so you do not require a pressurized reactor also. And this follows the pre-treatment, follows the refining and convert the rhizostom into pulp mass after 2 set of refining, and at a freeness level of 450 to 500 ml Canadian standard freeness, and that can be used for molded fiber products. And the molded fiber products at pilot scale we also have tried, and you might be knowing about the Kriya lab for their we supported them also. And then we came to know that when we go for a CTMP of we have both the routes, thermochemical pulping as well as chemi-thermomechanical pulping. Because of the very strict environment regulations, nobody can apply chemical unless they don't have chemical recovery there. But in case of TMP, the properties are not at par. We have a lot of fine generation there, very mild treatment with the lime or with the urea or with alkali, that swell the fiber, and fibrillation or fiber, the behavior of fiber pattern during the refining, that is very good, and at least more than one bust index we can have, and all the properties which are required for making the molded fiber. Another factor is that if we are consider the molded fiber pulp making products making from recycled fiber, lignin inside the rhizostom actually a natural plastic, and that gives a kind of stiffness to the product. So you may not require much loading of the chemicals and the formulation like the strength booster also. So those two things are there that we promote the rhizostom instead of recycled fiber, so that other than that it is virgin fiber. Those things actually make it suitable. The fragility also, what are the negatives and the positive here? So you have less energy demand there. Only thing is how to treat and the reverse engineering of the end product. So once we have pulp mass, we can have a number of other applications where we can convert into. So this is actually the conventional route and the non-conventional way of the making. It support the circular economy actually. Once we use the product which is directly compostable, we can have this route, second route, non-conventional route, not only for rice system, but other raw material also can be utilized in this route. And this is the proximate analysis where we are trying to show that we have high ash content in the water where we have heavy rainfalls. There the silica is a higher percentage, but we are not discussing about the silica. We have substantial amount of holo and pentose both, and we can have a good yield in the range of around plus 70%. In case of CTMP and 65 to 70% in semi-chemical pulp. And as I told that milder cooking condition followed by the fiber fractionation, we can have a better pulp properties as compared to the whole stuff. So in this study we have tried to fractionate the fiber. This is the area where we feel that a complete project we should go for, and on fractionation, so that potential of the fiber of different segment can be utilized as per the end products. So fiber fractionation study earlier in the past also was carried out, and with point of view different end user, different packaging products, we can have this study for rice stock, further keeping in mind the end product which we are targeting to produce. And this is the result of urea pulping as well as this is for semi-chemical pulping, and we have actually effluent with the fertilizer properties. After a little treatment, if we have treatment of the effluent, we can use directly as a liquid fertilizer. That is another route. So if we consider the and for a high kraft paper, high strength kraft paper, we can blend with the long fiber. Like in this case, we have carried out the study with the gunny cuttings, and we can use cotton waste also and some other long fiber like bamboo also we can blend with, and we can have better potential of the pulp. So there are a number of ways we have tried to carried out this study, and finally we have concluded that rice straw is a very good alternative source of fiber. We have a number of applications we can convert at a pilot scale. We have converted into board, into molded products with all good qualities, and it is the cellulose derived from this rice straw has a good alternative of any of the competitive to any other packaging material, and it is actually we consider the cost of rice straw is 1/4 of the wood and half of the agro-residual raw material, and it requires it can supplement the virgin fiber pulp, and these studies are continued along with the rice straw, some other raw materials also, and we hope that in future also we will have some unit, and based on this we have a project also for feasibility of the production of CTMP pulp of rice straw at a larger scale, and that report will be available at your end, and you can compare the things with the overall project feasibility, and with the hope that when we meet next we can have some production of rice straw based packaging material. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr.